Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Rishee from OUM PULAU PINANG Learning Center. Today I'm going to present about Human Resource Management, which carries a title Interview Guidelines for Recruitment Generation Y. Next. What is an interview session? Interview is actually a two-way communication between an interviewer and interviewee. Interviewer is the person who asks the question on the particular job which is going to be hired in the organization, and the interviewee is a person is going to provide the particular information towards the jobs and the question which asked by a interviewer. Next, the interview aim is to verify the information obtained through application form. Tests help to obtain additional information from the applicant otherwise not available, gives the candidate necessary facts information about the job and the organization, and also it helps establish mutual understanding between the company and the candidate to build the company image towards all the wild nation. Next, effective of job interview. First, we're going to see keep an open mind. Keep an open mind, which we can say as the interviewer should be very open in asking questions towards the candidates regarding the job, past jobs, how they feel when we come to the new company, what is the reason they leave the past jobs, and etc. Next, secondly, we're going to see focus on the candidates. Focus on the candidate, it means focus on their body language, the way they answer, the way of behavior, how they convey their answers towards the interviewer, how they are giving the body language, what are the benefits from their answer. This is what we call as a focus. Next, thirdly, we're going to see ask questions carefully. It means the question must be follow the guidelines or can work, or we can say as a structural. We cannot go beyond the limits where extend to ask about the personal life of the candidates. We can go until the past previous problems they were made, the solvent the problem, and these are the limitation of the questions towards the candidate. Next, fourthly, we're going to see know how to ease a candidate nerves. Usually a candidates, when it comes to an interview session, they will be nervous. We should be more encourage them when he comes into our company or it's come to the interview session. We have to encourage them by soothing them, giving a water, ask some questions. It means not a social questions, how to get the parking, how do you find the company, and etc. Let them comfortable in all the way in terms of temperature. They might be cold, they might be hot, they might be feel something uneasy. Make them comfortable before the session starts. Next, finally, we're going to see make it a conversational interview. A conversational interview, it seems the question should be very open, and the way of communication by an interviewer should be in a comfortable way towards the interviewee. Next, hi, now we're going to see interviews objective. The objective of interview is help to verify information given by the candidates, such as the description on their previous job, about the job descriptions and the particular information which are shown their skills, and secondly it helps to ascertain the accuracy of provided facts and information about the candidate, such as the academic qualifications, as your certificate qualifications, and etc. Candidate has written in the resume are the main points related to applied job, and finally other additional skill set does he have. All this known by conducting interview which is benefit to the organization. Next, now we're going to see the necessary information regarding the candidate. We have different types of interviews, such as structured interview. Structured interview, it means An interview is with proper guidelines, with the structured question which is related to the job which is going to be hired, such as for an engineer we're going to ask about the technical knowledge which is used in a CNC machining. And secondly, we're going to see is an unstructured interview. Unstructured interview is such as an open question which is not going to reliable with a structured interview. The question will be opened in any extent where they can go for more than a technical or more informational regarding the job which is going to be hired. Next. Thirdly, we're going to see behavioral interview. Behavioral interview such as the interviewer will assess the candidate behavior, body language on their job performing, for as they might be given a scenario or a case of a problem to see whether how the candidate behavior towards the problem solving of this particular issue. Next. Fourthly, as I mentioned before, now problem solving case interview. This interview which is going given a technical problems or issues which face in an organization will provide to the candidate to assess the knowledge how this problem will be solved in particular day, because most of the organizations will be look on the particular due date. So the hiring manager or interview, we can say as an interviewer, will look on how the candidate will close the case in a particular period of this case. Next. Finally, we're going to see improvement case interview. Most of the organization, for example, electronic manufacturing organization, will be looking for the continuous improvement. This interview will be assess every candidate on how they're going to improve, or we can say that's improvement in their daily tasks, workspace and working area, and also with the other colleagues, because improvement is playing a major role in every workplace which going to improve the organizations. So this interview might be help or not. This will be help the interviewer to assess, to get the knowledge of a candidate, to know how fast the candidate can perform the improvement or deliver the improvement effectively towards the organization. Next, we're going to see avoiding bias in interview. Firstly, how to avoid bias in an interview session. Standardize the process. Standardize the process. It means standardize the question of a job which is going to be hired. The question should be standardized, which is 100% related to the job hire. Next. The next would be take a good note. Whatever the interviewee is giving a particular information, because human cannot be remember all the time all the information which is provided by the candidates. So one of the good ways to avoid bias is take a note of the particular informations which provided by the candidate on the interview session. It might be help to hire the suitable candidate for the particular job. Next would be use a rubric. Rubric is a guideline to interview a candidate which have a particular rules which is set up by a organization. Next, implement a collaborative hiring process. The process which is collaborative with all the elements which is related to hiring towards the candidates. Next, blind resume process. Resume should be assessed 100% before call a person for an interview, because this is a very serious case which is we are seeing nationwide, that without looking or blindly looking to a resume and call the candidates to an interview session and just leave it without any information. Okay, the next will be administer pre-employment test. This test might be help the basic knowledge of the particular job to be hired, and then hire by committee. Committee need to be set up for the higher ranking or the middle ranking or lower ranking for the job. So this committee will decide whether this person are suitable or not, is above than the hiring manager. Next, adopt structured interview. Structured interview, as I said before, the structured interview, it means all is being set by the organizations towards the particular job. And then educate the hiring manager. This is the most important part. Each and every hiring manager need to have the education to avoid bias. Before, for example, as I tell before call a person for an interview, assess the resume, assess their administer pre-test, before call for an interview whether they are suitable or not. Next. Hi everyone. Now we come to the ending. Now we're going to see about the conclusion of this interview guidelines. Okay. Now confirm the details the day before interview. It should feel the good response from the organization, which schedule an interview session. Confirm the details day before, making sure candidates are clear on all the requirements which is preferred by the organization. Secondly, arrange a place which makes a candidate feel comfortable on the session, because candidate is likely to be nervous. You should take some steps to make them feel comfortable. As I said before, ask a simple question, make them a comfort, give some drinks for them to be a comfort, because the candidate will be nervous. Okay, the candidate when attend to the interview, definitely they will be nervous. Make them soothe to get the correct information, and don't let the talents go from the organization. Okay, then extend professionally courtesy. Okay, as I told before, provide a glass of water. Ask if they need anything before you start the interview session. Ask them, is it comfortable or not, the temperature of the rooms, okay, what they feel. Okay, maybe we can delay the interview time, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, make them soothe and etc. Next. And now the interviewer explain the interview regarding the agenda of the interview, help the candidate understand the expectation of the management for the particular job. And then consistency will be keep you better organized as well. Help create solid list of question and discussion topic to use. Conversational to the candidates. The interview format should not just be a question and answer all the time. Make sure including some conversation to make the candidates more comfortable to know candidate to the deeper level. Next. Hi dear tutors, dear lecturers, thank you for watching my presentation. Thanks.